Time. I got the loading page up right now.
For some reason, they're not popping up when I'm trying to. Oh, this is strange.
Yo. Is that too loud? Hello. Hello, everybody. Ooh, hold on one second. I'm getting a phone call from a comrade of mine. Hello, comrade. I'm just streaming live with the internet right now. How are you? I watched little bits of the class here and there. Yeah, it looked like you had fun. Oh, was it loud? No, I only watched a little bit. It was sorry for the guys who are. Oh, I am loud on my stream. Hold on, I gotta turn that down a little bit. Sorry, stream people. Talking to one of my lieutenants at the wrestling school tonight. We're talking about practice. All right, there we go. That should be a little bit better. All right, cool. How did it go today? Look great. How do you think you did? Yeah, good. I mean, I didn't listen to the whole thing, dude. I just popped in to see how it was looking. Okay, great. Good. So you'll be back on Thursday? Awesome. Well, I'll see you then. Yep, I'm coming back up this week. Yeah, cool. Yeah, if there's anything you want to work on, just, make a little list or make some notes. Awesome. Cool. Well, please drive safe and thank you for coming. All right, I'll catch up with you soon, okay? Bye. Hello. That was a little peek at my phone call life. Hey, everyone. I was talking to Layla Hirsch, who is one of the assistants I have training over at Catchpoint Philadelphia. She was working with the beginners class today, along with Wheeler Yuta, Kurt Robinson, and Vito Von Star. And I happened to figure out how to use security cameras now. So Ring has this camera where you can pop in and like talk to them, and I scared the crap out of them in the middle of practice. I just kind of buzzed in. I was like, "Hey, he's got to jump higher." So yeah, I guess they heard me fine. How's everyone doing tonight? We having a good time here, watching the Miz kick some butt on Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw. Je suis une baguette. Yes, you are a baguette. Just found out you have a Twitch account as well. Feels amazing, man. Awesome. Cool, Jacob Broke. Love it. What up, Laser Neon? How are ya? Easton Trujillo, congratulations. Unknown Eagle Panda. I miss Layla Hirsch. Also, you can catch her on Ring of Honor, I believe. I think that's where she is. Hold on, I'm messing with this stuff here. Oh, that's the other one. Oh, I know. Okay. All right. Anyway. Anyhoozle. Now, I figured out how to hook up a Blu-ray drive to my PC. And I know we had talked about the show Big O a lot on this channel. So I was going to see if you guys wanted to tune in and watch the Big O with me a little bit tonight, possibly after Raw. Nice to see my boy Tozawa back on Monday Night Raw. He looks good. Fellow 205 Liver. I'm doing good, Fire Girl. How you going, mate? Tozawa's so good. So good. I'm doing good, Jackie. Thanks for asking. It's funny, Tozawa was on there and I had my Akira desktop set up. Miz with the cheap shot. Real cool, Miz. Real cool there, sir. Better watch out, though. Tozawa is one of the fastest and most explosive wrestlers in the world. Spice Wolf, thank you for the follow. Uh-oh. Don't turn your back, Miz. This guy. Doing good, Spice Wolf. Thank you. Wow. Fantastic. Tozawa takes huge bumps. Yeah, he does. Tozawa, not afraid to do the high-risk stuff that I dislike so much. So much. Real sad. Real sad. What makes it sad, it's because he's taking unnecessary risks at the expense of his own body and his own success rate. You can't win a match outside the ring. You can't win a match jumping on the top rope. That's ridiculous. You know what wins matches? Pins. Submission holds. Properly executed techniques. Tried and true professional wrestling. Is Jey Uso in AEW, Drew? Is he? Is it JEW? Oh, yo, if no one said that yet, you guys can say it first. JEW. Tell him, educate the children. Thank you, Yolanda. I will educate the children. You were missed today at the Catchpoint gym, by the way. Easton Trujillo. I don't think you should spell it like that. I think you should call it JAYEW. I'm a JEW. That's me. I'm a JEW. Real Mr. Payne, what's going on? How are you? Thanks for coming in. Just catching the end of Monday Night Raw right now. Yeah, you got to spell his name out for that one to work. Jayew. Okay, that's how it works. Jey, right? He's a J. A G. I'm a Jew. Love a little Jewish humor with my Monday Night Raw sidecasts. What's up, Alex Paris? How you doing, man? Easton Trio, are you going to SmackDown? Not in the near future. Not sure. Yeah, I don't know. Right now, I am focused on NXT and building my foundation there. Right now, I have a good crew behind me. I think that's where I'll be in the near future. Real Mr. Payne 86. What went up this weekend, man? Tell me. Mark 1670. I think NXT is a good place. You damn right. It is doing good. Alex Priest, man, the last time I was here, I exploded the fantasy booking Reddit. Good for you, dude. Yeah, way to make it down. I spelled Jew. Oh no, bro. You gotta spell his name out. Trujillo. Strikes of Blue. Did you see Trinity cut Jay and Solo out of their family photo? I did. Good for her. Sammy has no life saying words he doesn't even know what they mean. Very nice. Mark 1678. People see Corbin, Mustafa, and Dana Brooke going to NXT as a downgrade. Well, that's stupid. Yeah, they're dumb. All right, we're back on Raw. Tozawa's still in the action with The Miz here. Man, if my boy Tozawa pulls this out, I'll be so happy. Who would be the perfect choice, Alex Priest, for the Warriors Award? Tozawa's gear is winning right now. Anybody else see his gear? Look how nice that is. Wags TF. Yo, Drew, when you coming back to Reno, homie? Last time I was in Reno, I beat up Baron Corbin. That was a good time. Stone Cold was there. Restricted. What's up, man? Oh, Alex Priest. That's so nice. Recommend Shawnee for the award. Look at Tozawa's gear. Latte Respect, how you doing? Thank you very much. Appreciate the kind words. Miz taking a Hurricane Rana and not falling on his face. I'm really impressed. Oh, Tozawa just hit the Shining Wizard. That's big. He used that as a setup for a senton. Typically, or he might be going for a cannonball right now. Oh, no. It does look good. Yeah, it does. That black and white, very similar. Drew needs to take Akira under his wing and make him a new man. I think Akira did a good job, reaching into his pocket and finding his niche here. Man, look at him go. Another one. Restricted. Drew, when's your next match? I'm not sure. Probably, it'll probably be next week, I would say. I think tomorrow I will be at NXT doing some training with my group. But yeah, I wouldn't say this week unless, you never know. Something could happen. Tozawa up top for the sense. Oh, no. Knees up. Roll out of the ring, buddy. Oh, man. High risk, guys. High risk means high risk. Oh, Miz is playing too much. Tozawa's got... Oh, yeah. Yeah! Yes! Yes! I am happy. I'm going to tweet about it. So, pardon my happiness. Tweeted. Done. Damn, that was good. Man, that makes me happy. Restricted, thank you. Yeah, I'm doing good. Tune in tomorrow, USA Network. Christmas Milk. Hopefully he stays on that momentum wave. Yeah, for real. Momentum is a real thing. Wags TF Drew, we need you at the Lake Tahoe house show, man. Well, if you need me there, be sure to let people know. Let people know how needed I am. Obviously, the show can't happen if I'm needed. Mark 1678 says I was Cruiserweight champ. He was, yes. Drew, you going to be at Catchpoint Wednesday and Thursday? I will. Yes, Yolanda. I'm going to be there this week. I had an opening in my schedule, so I'll be there Wednesday and Thursday. I'll be back again next week. The following week, I'll have off. I should have off. And then the week after that will be the last week for our beginners class, for our first beginners class. So if anybody is interested in learning the art of professional wrestling, and you are over the age of 18 years old, or if you know somebody who is, please direct them to thecatchpoint.com. We have a new class starting October 2nd for new students. No experience required. So cool to see Akira winning. He deserved it. Yes, it is. Christmas Milk, where's the school at? Our school is located in beautiful, scenic, downtown Philadelphia, about 5 minutes off of I-95, off of exit 25. That's Allegheny. You guys can check it out. More information. Feel free to reach out. Philadelphia is the school. Catchpoint is the name of the school, Catchpoint Philadelphia. www.thecatchpoint.com. Please peep it, share it, spread the word, let everyone know. Yeah, happy to get you going. Restricted, a group in NXT is going good. Yeah, going very good. Last week we had some trouble with Josh Briggs and Brooks Jensen, I think their names are. A couple of fake-ass cowboys. Every wrestling promotion needs their fake-ass cowboys, and we happen to be fighting them on NXT. So, yeah, tune in. But, yeah, it's going good. I think me, Dempsey, Bobby, that little goofball, Miles Bourne, we're all starting to gel. Right, gimmicks? Right, Yolanda? Fake-ass cowboys. Why you gotta pair me up with the fake-ass cowboys, Sean? What you doing, man? I don't know. They kind of look like lumberjacks. Do they? Is that what a lumberjack looks like? Fake-ass lumberjacks. The man with her lemonade. Yeah, there she is. Another wrestler. Sad because of a storyline. So they turned it into a storyline. It's always so weird, I don't know. Kills the mood for me. But whatever. Lemonade's cool. People carry flowers out sometimes. That's their whole thing. Whatever. Thank you, Berserker 35s. I appreciate that. You hate her shirt? Her shirt's kind of... it is what it is, It's kind of in. It's kind of in right now, I feel like. That kind of a graphic tee. That's something you would wear, super big... Or you would pair it up with something else or cut it. Just as a plain t-shirt, though. It's kind of... Nah. That looks like one of those... What are those? Those, shirt dresses that people wear? Don't try to save it. That's John Trash. It is trash. I'm not... Whatever. All right, whatever. It's trash. My friend suggested that if Bray Wyatt returns and I need a replacement for Bliss... Oh, my gosh. Okay, Alex... That is some in-depth storytelling. Jill Valentine, 1138. What's up, man? What's up, Jill? Did you play the Resident Evil 4 remake? poke into my class and see how they're doing. They should be wrapping up right now, but they might still be training. Let's see. I'll reconnect the feed. Oh, they're still going. They're going strong. So this is the advanced class right now. If you guys want to see a peek, let's see if we could. There it is. That's the advanced class right now. You're watching Wheeler Yuta training with Kurt Robinson live right now. Working on some very good pinning combinations. This is live, everybody. Look at that. This is our advanced class. So earlier today we had a beginner's class. It was full. Some of the gentlemen on the ring side are independent professional wrestlers. You'll see them in the near future in the ring. I guess he's leaving for London tomorrow. Wheeler Yuta in the red and Kurt Robinson in the black. And today Yuta is instructing them. So that's a little sneak peek at some training that goes down at my wrestling school. I'm not trying to show too much of our actual day-to-day training, but with those guys in the ring, I'm happy to share it. Happy to share it. Yeah, scare him again. I'm not going to do that. WD fan, is Drew going to, what is it? Going to be at Mania or doing something that weekend since it's his hometown? I mean, I'll be doing something that weekend. If it's at Mania, that's up to the powers that be. But we got some time to make things happen, guys. You know, and it takes more than just myself to make that happen. I got to convince a lot of people, and I will try my best. So cool. Walking Time Machine, thank you for the sub. What's going on, man? Thank you very much. Plasma627, just watching a little bit at the end of Monday Night Raw. We're in commercial right now. Tozawa just got the win. Berserker 35, do you think Damian Priest and Finn Balor are going to be having a feud because they are both wanting Seth Rollins' WWE Championship? I don't know. I don't know if they'll have a feud. You know, at some point, something's got to give, though. I'm more excited about John Cena returning. That's the big news article today. Is that John Cena's coming to India. He's going to do SmackDown the week before. That's huge. Man, they should just rename Raw to like Judgment Day and Friends. Didn't anyone say that Cena sucked, though? He did suck when R-Truth was teasing me, being a jerk. Watch the Discord art channel. I'll check it out. At some point. WWE came to my city on the 19th of August. Very nice. Judgment Day and them. Monday Night Raw. Judgment Day and Friends. Power Baby Babs, what's going on? How are you? What's going on, Twitch Buckeye 32? I guess WWE has a deal with Fortnite. Fortnite has a deal with like everything. I feel like there's new things being thrown up in Fortnite all the time. And you know what? It makes sense. That whole thing is an economy. It's the same as Minecraft or like Roblox, that kind of stuff. Just massive money sinkers. Becky got a haircut. Did she? Let's see. Doing good, Power Baby Babs. Thank you. To follow up on the weekend thing I mentioned earlier, I had some stuff with a friend of mine that I thought might have been something more go kind of south. Aw. What does that mean? Explain. Give me deets. What are the deets, brother? Yeah, Becky's hair looks good. Matches her lemon shirt that is so nice. Sammy with the posture check for 2,500. Ugh. I'm checking it, buddy. Yeah. Is this better? Because this is killing my back. Drew, you need to challenge Dominic Mysterio for the North American Championship. I should. I'm going to do it right now. Dominic Mysterio, you piece of crap. Look at me when I'm talking to you, boy. I don't care how much you get your hair cut to look like Eddie Guerrero. You will never be as good as him. And we all know the only reason you won that NXT North American Championship is because you had your little boys ringside. Well, guess what? I got boys too. And they're mean. And they're angry. So if you got any gumption, I challenge you to put the NXT North American Championship up for grabs next week on NXT. What do you say? Are you going to man up? Or are you just going to be a little bitch? Was that okay? How was that? Were you scared? Did I scare you guys? Thanks, guys. I didn't even rehearse it 50 times like Mustafa Ali does. Mean, angry, and always forgets your water. He always forgets my water. That punk. Ugh. Yeah, imagine if that's actually booked. I would love that match. I would love to kick Dominic's ass all over NXT. King Vamp Fu was trying to sign Trippy Red before they knew about Trippy. I thought I had Pierre, but the label tricked me. They tried to make me a white boy, but not Little Dicky. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Hey, Snowman Gaming, but now you got to say that on NXT tomorrow, JK. Tomorrow, I got some training to do tomorrow. I'm just focusing on the task at hand. Matt Lambrecht, what's going on, son? Ooh, look at Trish's outfit. Very cool. Thank you, Trish. What are your favorite Legend of Zelda games? Let me just say that I am addicted to Tears of the Kingdom. I don't want it to end. There's so much to do. It has gotten to the point where my breaks that I take from that game, I turn on Oracle of Ages on the Switch Online store, and I've been playing that, and that's really good too. Like, the Zelda mobile games are surprisingly good. Minish Cap is amazing. This one's really good. A Link to the Past is so good. Link's Awakening is really fun. Yeah, it's been good. All-time favorite game is Ocarina of Time, hands down. So I'm a fan of all of them. I really do. You know what? The side-scrolling one, the sequel, Link's Adventure of Link or whatever, is all right. I'm not really into that one, but yeah, love them. Love the depth that they bring and the simplicity of the gameplay. Super good. Super duper. They are super duper. Drew, WrestleMania's in Philly. WWE's Tom Savini as the celebrity wing inductee. Mind blown. That's a great idea, actually. That's a really great idea. Yes, I hope NXT and WWE officials get that small promo to get Dominic's response on your challenge. But I have a feeling Rhea Ripley will be trying everything to get Dominic to win just to have her barred from ringside. Yeah, probably. I ain't afraid to hit her. I'll look her right in the face and I'll hit her. You know? If she can hit me in the face, I can hit her in the face. I'm not afraid. I had girls on my wrestling team, and we had to compete for a spot, you know, and sometimes they would kick my butt all over the place. Sometimes I'd kick theirs. That's how it goes. I'll give you an idea for a stream suggested on this Discord, fantasy booking stream. Alex Pyrrhus is just trying to book himself into my stream as much as possible. Hey, guy, Drew, you should really do like a fantasy booking stream. You know, you can have like some guests, like people I like to watch, and you know. Yeah, maybe I could just fantasy book, you know. Nice try, Alex. Appreciate the ideas. Yeah, what are yours? Let's see. Top 3 Zelda games. Ocarina of Time, so good. Majora's Mask is a darker version of that game. And Wind Waker is beautiful. Wind Waker is gorgeous. When it came out, people like either loved it or they hated it. It's so good. So good. Man, you got a nice TV with that? Beautiful. The music, also really, really good. Oh, Mr. Carter Maine. Matt says, do you play Tekken at all? I've dabbled in Tekken. I love Tekken as a fighting game. I think it's the most fluid out of all the fighters. It is a really fun game. I think my peak with Tekken was Tekken Tag Tournament for the PS2. But I've played a little bit. I'll get down in the locker room with the boys and they'll murk me every time, but I still have fun. Sometimes I do okay. Right now I've been playing the Mortal Kombat beta, and I freaking love it very much. If Austin was still wrestling and Rhea got in the way, totally giving her a stun. Exactly. Stone Cold would have stunned her. Johnny Cage is your guy. I haven't tried Johnny Cage. I've just been playing. I've been maining Sub-Zero the entire time. And he is tough to play with. His combos are a little slow to start, but, once you get him going, he can be pretty good. Using his freezing ability, his whole play revolves around stunning people. What are your thoughts as a wrestler on King and Armor King's wrestling moves? How would they translate into pro wrestling if they weren't dropping people on their heads like Kobashi and Masao in the 90s? If they weren't, it wouldn't be as fun. Those characters were good. The OG was Zangief in Street Fighter, who's based on Victor Zangief, who we watched on this channel many times. It's cool to see like King and Armor King as like the updated wrestler. It's cool when fighting games do that. Even Mortal Kombat has a lot of wrestling references in it. So, we are all huge fans of fighting games, and it's cool to see the mutual respect to pro wrestling from those guys too. At the end of the day, WWE 2K23 is a fighting game, and it's a sim. It's a very neat combination. A friend of mine who's a bit of a hard ass but has been dropping subtle hints that she wanted something more, dropped her guard a couple weeks ago and seemed way more interested. Then this past Friday was like nothing happened. Did you? Let's get into this a little bit, man. What did you say? Did you say anything? Or did you just, what'd you say, man? Subtle hints are the enemy, brother. How old are you guys? If you don't mind me asking. Plasma627, I really think that Up, Down, Down should play older games on the channel. We did. We've done retro games on there. I think the one interview I did years ago, we played like tons of Super Nintendo games. Brooklyn Chronic Blazers, what's up? How you doing? Christmas Milk, Cena legit gonna be in the game. Kano has a smooth Enzigiri. I haven't noticed. I haven't seen the Kano Enzigiri. He's a cameo fighter in the beta. If Randy Orton was around, we would have seen Randy's RKO. Exactly. Alex, I suggested that idea, not for me to enter your streams or invade them, only do it. Some fans here do have creative minds like me. I don't want to annoy someone. Cheers, fella. You're not annoyance, Alex. And I think you have a creative mind. I just was being sarcastic and funny. I know it's hard for some people to pick up sarcasm. But no, I love your creativity and your fantasy booking. Like the idea that we did with the comic book was great. I hope you don't change, and I hope you drop more ideas like that in the future. Garrus does the Bulldog in the new Mortal Kombat. Awesome. Very cool. Drew, are you into horror games? New Texas Chainsaw Massacre video game just came out last Friday. I am into horror games. From what I saw, that wasn't quite the kind of game I'm into. Like, I've tried a little bit of... That's why I tried a little bit with the Evil Dead game that came out not too long ago, and it's okay. That kind of stuff doesn't hold my attention for too long. You get stuff like Mortal Kombat, and you're dropping fatalities on people and watching their guts spill out. Like, if you're into that stuff, you get your fill there. And if you want some scares, Resident Evil, those kinds of games, like, really do a good job with the jump scares. And what was the other one we played here? Evil Within was another one really good. Like, those kinds of horror games, I like the more psychological stuff. Snowman game. I still remember the very first Scorpions finisher and very first Mortal Kombat game. Block, up, up, up. Oh yeah, pulls his face off and breathes fire. Crystal Smoke 25. Walking Time Machine 26. Real Mr. Pain 86. I'm 37. If you're 37, man, don't be subtle anymore. Be direct. And hey, whatever happens, happens. It's all good. It's all gravy. Oh, well, I just haven't found them, I guess. That's okay. Power Baby Babs. I know this has nothing to do with the game, but I met you once in Cleveland, and you even stopped for me, even though I was going to make you late, and I've never forgotten that. Aw. Well, thanks for being cool and saying hi. My pleasure. Latte Respect. I am God's child, years old. Not everybody has to answer it. It was specific. Alex Pierce, 20 years old. I have autism. Yeah, that's why I do all the storylines. Great. Keep it up, man. We love it. You know, autism's a superpower. RKO out of nowhere. Berserkers 35. Matt Lambrecht, when was it your idea to turn the campaign for a safer combat zone into the campaign for Better 205 Live, or did someone in creative or coworkers suggest that? That was me. I was hired from working with Evolve, where I was leader of Catchpoint in Evolve, where we were wrestlers. We were very much in charge of bringing wrestling back. You know, and making it more about the sport. And that's what kind of I was supposed to be on the reinvigorated 205 Live, but then creative plans changed. Our head producer of the show changed and had a different vision for everything. So I was able to kind of develop the campaign for a Better 205 Live, where instead of hardcore wrestling, I was campaigning against high flying, and we did pretty well with that. It was fun. It worked perfectly for that show. Warm Hedgehog 9. Will be really interesting how the new James Gunn's DCU Batman movie, which is called Batman Brave and the Bold, is going to look like. I saw a rumor today that people were hoping for John Krasinski to be Batman in Brave and the Bold after, I guess, they weren't going to use him in Fantastic Four full time. And I don't know. I kind of like it. I just like John Krasinski. But he could definitely be a good dad character. I don't know if he's got the tone for Batman though, but that's the thing. Like everyone who's played Batman, who's gotten cast as that role, everyone's been like, well, I don't know if they have the tone for Batman, and just about everyone has killed it. So yeah, I would love to kind of see what happens with that, just because I like that guy so much. Berserkers 35s. Can't wait for Mortal Kombat 1. It is good so far. Check it out. Just they were scary to watch. They were scary to watch, Yolanda. Alex Pierce. WrestleMania 40 Night 1 main event. Io Sky versus Shotzi. Title versus career. Oh no, the career's on the line. That's cool that her sister comes out. That's pretty neat. Matt Lambrecht. Sorry, I butchered the syntax on my question. That's okay. Redo. Plasma 627. So do you not like horror games where they just throw everything at you? Like Friday Night at Freddy's. I haven't played Friday Night at Freddy's. But it's one of those things, like I don't just like to play games. I like to like learn about them too. I'm really interested in like the development side and like the lore that people come up with for these things. Friday Night at Freddy's is one where I don't know, I might have opened it a couple times, but I grew up playing games like Myst and Quake 2 and Doom. You know, which Friday Night at Freddy's to me feels like that. It just feels like a version of that kind of a game. So I wasn't able to get my interest, held by it. However, I might go back and play it some other time. I did read all about the lore, and I did read all about the process of creating the game. One person developed the whole thing, which good for him because he's super rich now, probably. Or if he sold the property off, he made money on that. And that studio is really now very rich. But no, not a big fan of those kinds of horror games. Drew, do you think Rikishi will return on the next Friday SmackDown? I hope so. I hope it's about time, man. I've been calling it for months. Murphy's Y213 actually made a video of that faction. Oh, very cool, very cool. Who were the members? I remember you, Riddle, and Busick were all members. So Busick was never a member of Catchpoint, but he was someone that we were feuding with right before he got signed. And then we transitioned from Biff Busick over to Timothy Thatcher and Chris Hero and Drew McIntyre and Johnny Gargano. The original members of Catchpoint, if I can remember correctly, were myself, Hot Sauce Tracy Williams, TJ Perkins, and then Matt Riddle. And then we had Fred Yehai come and join the group. And that was the first 5. After that, I believe we recruited, what was it, Chris Dickinson and Jaka. And then I had walked away. And then they had recruited Dominic Guarini as the last member. So that was the whole group of Catchpoint in its former heyday. Another random question. What was it like wrestling with Daniel Garcia back in 2018? Would you like to wrestle him again since he improved a lot over the years? You know, Daniel Garcia should be way better than he is right now. And I will leave it at that, punk. Latte respect. I like Christian Bale as Batman, but didn't care for the rasp he adopted. It just made me want to hand him a lozenge. Swear to me. It's a Batman voice. What do you want him to sound like? You want him to sound like, swear to me. Like, you got to disguise the voice a little bit. Friday Night at Freddy's. Yeah, that's what you were talking about. FNAF, right? Friday Night at Freddy's. Evil Chuck E. Cheese, that's right. Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's. I said Friday Nights at Freddy's is what I said. That's my brain. I follow my head, guys. It's my job. Latte respect. My niece was Ballora from Five Nights at Freddy's for Halloween recently. Oh, that's a good costume. Drew, what do you think about Manny Lemons? I don't think anything about Manny Lemons. Yeah. Yo, Drew, you gonna try this new Texas Chainsaw game? No, I'm not. But I'm gonna watch Chelsea Green and Piper throw around Kaden and Katana. Right now, Katana's in the ring, just tagged in Kaden. Great tag team chemistry from these girls. And if you don't know who they are, you can root for the yellow team or the blue team right now. I said, I don't know who Manny Lemons is. Alex Pierce, me personally, I don't know if my storylines will come to life in WWE real life. Well, keep up the dream. Matt Lambrecht, I'll take it you're not amused by the whole Dancing Danny gimmick. I'm not either. No, I'm not. What's it that even do? We were at our favorite hangout spot. She pulled me aside from her friends and went on the back deck. Must have said the right thing to her because she seemed much more relaxed and seemed like she might want to date. What? Oh, we were at our favorite hangout spot. She pulled me aside. Is this Brad? This is my boy Brad. Sounds like something you would get into. We were at our favorite hangout spot. She pulled me inside, away from her friends, and went on the back deck. Must have said the right thing to her because she seemed much more relaxed and seemed like she might want to date. Did you ask her, though? Like, you gotta ask, dude. You can't just assume. That's weird. No offense. I mean, maybe you're a little socially anxious, which is fine, but talk, brother. Talk. You'll be okay. All right. Piper just defeated them. Let's see. Sventhanam, I'm so hyperfixated on you. I love spending my day during the day just chilling and watching and studying your matches. Thank you. Hyperfixated is an interesting way to put it, but I appreciate the love. Thank you very much. Hopefully you get something rewarding from watching my matches. Oof. Katana, you should have rolled out, man. No bueno. Have you watched Batman 1966, Adam West? Yo, brother. Yo. Oh, yeah. Do you even know? Do you even know about this? Do you know what this is? Do you know? Because it's freaking amazing. Amazing. And it's got one of these sweet covers that fall off if you don't pay attention. You gotta be careful when you put them back on so you don't crinkle them. Okie dokie. Do you even know? Look how dope that is. Batman 66. Let me read you the back of this. Same bad style, all new bad adventures. Tune in or read on for the continuing adventures of America's fun-loving, action-packed pop culture icons from the classic Batman TV series, along with returning regular cast of rogues plaguing Batman. You got Robin, Batgirl, and Commissioner Gordon, the Joker, Riddler, Penguin, Catwoman, Mr. Freeze, Egghead, and Olga, Queen of the Cossacks. Gotham City must contend with new appearances from the rest of Batman's colorful villains, Harley Quinn, Scarecrow, Bane, Poison Ivy, and Two-Face, none of whom have ever graced your Bat TVs. Collected for the first time in one titanic tome, the entirety of Batman and Robin's adventures can be read at one bat time, including the story behind Harlan Ellison's outline and adapted comic for the series' Lost episode, featuring a crusading cast of characters including Jeff Parker, Michael Allard, Laura Alred, Jonathan Case, and others. Batman 66 Omnibus collects Batman 66 1 through 30 and Batman 66 The Lost Episode number 1. Booyah. Booyah. I can read. Gamerboy 8083, thank you for the follow. Anyway, yes, I have seen the movie and the TV show, and I'm a fan. Oh, Sventhanen, it's cool. Do you have a better word to help me understand what you were meaning? I think you just like watching my matches. Thank you. Much appreciated. I don't know if why study screen. Oh yes, Alex, study screenwriting. You will love it. You will definitely love it. I don't know what school you would go to, but look around, man. Like, that is for you. Absolutely. Like, get over here and do some screenwriting practice. Go take some screenwriting courses and then go work on some sets. You would do so good. So good, man. There's so much that you can learn, and it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Walking Time Machine got 2004 flashbacks when I played Batman Vengeance on GameCube. Wow, that's a good game. I love that game. Joker had a really good quote in there. It was a take on, I forget who the original poet was who wrote it, or the original author. But it was like laugh. It was laugh and we'll all laugh with you, cry and you laugh alone. That was his line at the end of that game. I'll never forget that. That was a really good Batman game before like the Arkhams came out. But yeah, since we're talking about Batman, we were talking about Batman 66. Oh, Jackie Redmond's back on my screen. Who she got coming in here? Seth freaking Rollins with his sore ass back. Let me see here. Okay, so all this is caught up. So yeah, we were talking about the Batman 66. Did you guys know that a few writers at DC went ahead and created a sequel to Batman 89? And what I mean is that they created a sequel to Batman Returns. the one with Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman. This is the comic book. You can pick this up at many major retailers or online, wherever they sell comics. Super cool stuff. Like, here's some of the villains they have featured on it. They got Robin in there. Michelle Pfeiffer's back. They got Batgirl. They got Two-Face, which is played by Billy D. Williams, just like he was supposed to be in the OG. But this book is awesome, and it's an easy read. It's pretty short compared to the 66 volume. But I'll read you the little tidbit on the back. Step back into the Gotham of Tim Burton's seminal Batman movies. Gotham becomes torn as two citizens dressed as Batman and the Joker duke it out in the streets. As District Attorney Harvey Dent tries to keep the city together, he targets the one problem tearing it apart, Batman. But what happens next has dark ramifications for not just the Dark Knight, but also Harvey himself. Bruce Wayne embarks on a crusade to better Gotham as both himself and as the Batman, but a young new hero on the scene stands in his way, claiming his mission is short-sighted. Meanwhile, Harvey starts down a path leading to nothing but ruin. The fate of Gotham hangs in the balance as the two sides of the same coin do battle. But when the coin finally flips, which side will it fall? Batman 89 brings in screenwriter Sam Hamm, who did Batman and Batman Returns as the screenwriter, and the artist Joe Quinones, Dial H for Hero, to pull on a number of threads left dangling by the Burton films. Collecting issues 1 through 6 of the hit series, this volume also features a look into Quinones' sketchbook as well as a variant cover gallery. So these stories are based on what Tim Burton's third Batman movie was going to be. I forget, he had a working title for it. But yeah, I think one of the Wayans brothers was supposed to be Robin in that. Very interesting stuff. I know they originally wanted him for Batman Returns, but they had to cut the character out due to the number of villains that they had with the Penguin and Michelle Pfeiffer. That's a bummer, right? Like those movies were dope, but like the style of film they wanted was not the one that the studio wanted. So nowadays they literally just make both. But back then, comic book movies were difficult to sell. Oh, how far we've come, you know? What Wayans brothers? It was Marlon Wayans. I'm pretty sure. I'm almost 100%, almost 90% sure. Let me see. Batman, sequel, Robin, Wayne brother. Yeah, Marlon Wayans was supposed to be Robin in Batman Returns. Oh, you know what it was, actually? So Marlon Wayans was supposed to be in Batman Returns Robin, but they cut the whole thing. By the time the third sequel came around, Tim Burton wanted Will Smith as Robin. And I think that was around the same time he had done Men in Black. Or was getting ready to do Men in Black. Eagle Pan, did you ever try to draw your own comics or create your own superhero? I can draw, surprisingly, pretty good if I have the time. I'm not a fast artist, and I feel like the amount of time it would take for me to do something like a comic book would just ruin my life. That's not to say I haven't thought about it, you know, or I won't one day sit down and try to draw some stuff again. I have like a whole sketchbook sitting over here and some art supplies, but I haven't dug in a long time. My canvas is The Ring. Aside from Omos and Loomis, who's the best artist in WWE or wrestling at large? Ooh. Those guys are very good. Elias is an excellent painter. Can we see some of your art? I don't know. I don't know if I want to share my artwork right now. I'd have to look through it. It's like a whole thing. I have to go and take it out and then put it back and I don't know, you know. One day. I'll save that for a future stream. It's a big to-do. It is a big to-do. Did you ever get to play that Gotham Knights game? Playing game as Dick and Jason was pretty lit in my IMO. I played it a little bit. I have to get hooked on it. It feels like just a watered down Arkham game to me. I don't want that. I have so many other amazing games to dig into, right? So that one's in the backlog, technically. Elias, and you should do Bob Ross stream. I'm all for that. I'll totally do a Bob Ross stream with Elias. I'll do a Bob Ross stream with him. I'll play guitar with him. I'll duet, you know. At some point last year, I think it was after your match against Gunther on SmackDown, there's a digital video of you having a breakdown backstage, like smashing stuff. I always wondered if there were any plans for that to lead anywhere. No. There were none. There were no plans. I was literally thinking, how would I react after getting beat up by Gunther? There it was. It led to me getting beat up by Karrion Kross months later. Alex F. Mango, you like Madden? I do like Madden. Yeah, I do. I haven't played a ton of Madden in a long time. Speaking of Elias, how's Ezekiel doing? I don't know. I think he's still out with an injury. Yeah, I think he's done with wrestling. Matt Lambert, so you just decided to pitch a Zack Sabre Jr. style fit? I didn't pitch anything. I just was angry that I lost. Didn't have to pitch anything for that. Sventen on LOL, I think everyone would react the same way, to be fair. Yeah. Most people would be at the hospital, I think. Pitch in a metaphorical sense, as in pitch a fit. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was metaphorically throwing a fit. I didn't realize Zack Sabre Jr. had the market cornered on fits, too. You know, he already does a poorer version of my wrestling. Now he's got my angry outbursts also. Oh, yeah, there's salt. Oh, yeah, take that salt. It's right here. It's right here. That was for Yolanda. Latte respect. They could have sold Elias Ezekiel and LA Knight as brothers when he first got there. He does kind of look like Elias. Oh yeah. Drew, if I go to the USA, I have nothing to do, no home or nothing. The other choice is to live with a wrestler, but if I do that, I will be Shelton Cooper. I mean, you could save up some money and rent a place while you're studying, or apply to a school and get housing there. Alex F. Mango bought Snoop Dogg Funko Pop. Nice. Yo, what's up, Mario? Matt Limbrick, stiffest opponent you've ever fought outside of Gunther? He's not really stiff. I don't know. Stiff opponents. Usually it's just new people who don't know how to move. They're really rigid. I will say the hardest I've ever been hit was by Brody Lee. And that was while we were on the Indies. Unknown Ego Panda. LA Knight could have been Elrod, LOL. I forgot there was an Elrod. Junior 3, I just stopped buying those at over 400. Oh, the Funko Pops. Yes, that's why I don't collect them. I would have too many. Way too many. Megan's getting Tozawa on Raw Talk. Nice. That'll be up in a few minutes. Matt Lambert, was this in Chikara where Brody laid you out? It was. Yes, it was in Chikara. Latte respect. There you go. There you go, Ego Panda. Chad Gable versus Ludwig Kaiser. I think Ludwig Kaiser is taking the L next week. Let's see what else we got. Oh, that was it. All right, main event time. You got KO and Sami Zayn taking on the Judgment Day. Man, those fat white guys love KO. It's like they see themselves in him, you know? Strikes of blue. This is going to be a long match. Oh, yeah. That one was for Yolanda also. Matt Lambrecht, did you ever face Owens on the Indies? Yes. I actually loved wrestling, Kevin. Real Mr. Payne, 86. My brother and his girlfriend had a room full of them, not lying as well as every end. Oh, my God. So many. That was hilarious. You're welcome. Ooh, there they come. The equalizers. Because they need equalizers. Main event. Monday Night Raw. Craziest move you've ever taken that didn't involve barbed wire or other CZW related objects. A crazy move? What's a crazy move? I don't know. Like the craziest move. Like no one took their head off and like threw it at me. That would be crazy. Can you imagine that? That would be the craziest thing. And someone's just like, and then launched it at me. Oh my gosh. So nothing like that. I've had people like flip on me. So you said Cage of Death, but he said no CZW related objects. I don't know. Well, I feel like, what was it? Tozawa put a trash can on my head, threw me on a table once, and then Senton threw me through the trash can. That was pretty crazy. The craziest part about that is that trash cans are not like, it doesn't feel good, you know, being in them. And then they don't just, it's not like armor. Yeah, it's not like armor. There's a seam on those things when they roll them and they put them together. There's a seam there. So if someone lands on it, the seam can break and you can get stabbed by the edges. That was pretty crazy, being in that. Phalanx Soul, what's up? Hey, Drew, if you had to bring back a cheesy gimmick from the new generation era, which one would it be? Can you accurately describe the new generation era? Can you tell me exactly what that is? Thank you, Ego Panda. '93 to '97. Let's see. Bring back a cheesy gimmick from the new generation era. Which one would it be? Oh boy. Adam Bomb. He looked so nuts. Notice how I didn't even hesitate. Hell yeah, the Goon would have been my go-to, or TL Hopper. Oh my god. TL Hopper. Yeah, I wanted those goggles. Alex F. Mango, you like Prime. I like the Prime energy drink. The regular Prime is very sweet. And is not my preference. Adam Bomb was so good. Was he so good? Nice, Alex Pires. I don't think you have any haters, but you should definitely go and look up some screenwriting courses online. Start with that, and then figure out what school looks good. Adam Bomb was crushed, right? Brian Adams, I believe so. Yeah. Phalanx Skull in new gen era, yeah, compared to what was out there. Yep. Cody is coming out. There he is. Let's see, Matt Lambert. Sorry if this is a little too insider, but did you have a suggested WWE name change when you arrived, or was it like AJ and Punk, where you kept the name you used all those years prior to? So this is my real name. Drew Gulak is my real name. I never picked it. The people who booked my very first wrestling appearance just decided to give me my real name. It was Smart Mark Video, and then we kept it through CZW. It's my real name. So when WWE brought me in for the Cruiserweight Classic, they wanted everything to feel like a sport feel, like an old school New Japan tournament. And everyone who was on the indies used their independent wrestling name. And a few people had little changes made to theirs to kind of like get the copyright switches. Like Gentleman Jack Gallagher he was Gentleman Jack. And then, stuff like that, little things. But yeah, anyone who, like me, I use my real name. Tony Nese used his real name. Arya Davari used his real name, so we can use those names in perpetuity. There was one point where they were like trying to think of new names for me just because they didn't have any other ideas what to do. And they were not good. They were not good at all. It was the writer who was assigned to me at the time. And not his best moment. But I did not have to change. And at the end of the day, Vince McMahon liked my name. And here we are. I'm still using it. And I'm happy to go by just my last name. If anyone suggests that too, I have done that on the indies as well. Hey Drew, who's your top 10 greatest pro wrestlers of all time? You want me to name 10 of the greatest all time right now? Asian Islander FOB? Right now on my stream at freaking 10:41 p.m. in the PM in the Eastern Time, 10 of the best wrestlers, top 10 greatest of all time? Oh my god. Number 1 is Meiko Satomura. Number 2 would be Asuka. Number 3 would be, and I'm not putting myself in this because it's just like, I'm just disqualifying that answer. Number 3 would be Steve Gray from World of Sport. Number 4 would be Kenta Kobashi. Number 5 would be Johnny Saint. Number 6 would be Shawn Michaels. Number 7 would have to be Kurt Hennig. Number 8 would have to be Eddie Guerrero. Number 9 would be, let me see here, Manami Toyota. And number 10 would have to be Brock Lesnar. There you go. Have fun with that list. Is Drew short for Andrew, or is it just Drew? It's just Drew. I am not an Andrew. Not like that Andy McIntyre that runs around in a kilt. I thought Shamrock would appear in there somewhere. Shamrock's my favorite. That was not the question that was asked. And I didn't even list Ric Flair, and he could definitely be on there, too. I mean, there's a ton of them that could be listed on there. Terry Funk, Ric Flair, whole group of guys. Antonio Inoki. Great Muta, Jushin Thunder Liger, Mystico, Rey Mysterio Jr. There's a lot of really good ones that I could have put on that list. But you asked me, top 10 at 10:43 p.m. on a Monday. Dean Malenko could be on there too. Daniel Bryan could be on there also. Honestly, never seen any matches of Meiko Satomura outside of her incredible run at NXT UK. Do you have 3 matches of hers outside of NXT UK that I should watch? Go and watch her versus Akira Hokuto on YouTube. Just do yourself a favor. Start with that one. And then just dance around that era. She was trained by Chigusa Nagayo. And she was in WCW when she was 16. She was one of the youngest graduates of the Gaia school. Drew, do you like the new remix of your theme? So the remix of my theme was done in January. It was literally just they took my music and made a metal version of it. And it was supposed to debut back then, but plans changed. And then it was supposed to debut at a specific point in the near future, but they just decided to throw it on a couple weeks ago on NXT. I'm excited for you guys to hear the full release when it comes out because it is very good. It is very good. But no, I'm a fan of like the new wave style music too. I just think the heavier music fits certain things better also. Ooh, Cody's wearing Yolanda's design right now. Look at that. Yeah, see that? She designed it. What about Arn Anderson? He's great. He's great. I don't think top 10 greatest. Sorry, Arn. Love you. He would say the same thing. Alex, I don't think talking to WWE wrestlers is going to get you ready for a screenwriting class. I think you're doing that backwards. You need to do the screenwriting class first and then go talk to the WWE wrestlers in the roster. You don't need to talk to anybody. As a matter of fact, that might hurt your creative process. Like what you need to do is go and like learn from real screenwriters and get some experience. So you need to do some projects. Let's see. When I heard it, I felt like it was a mix of you and Charlie's theme. It's not. Charlie's theme is very specific too. But it's literally just the creators who did my music were tasked with making like a heavy hard rock metal version of my music. I do think I could use one more guitar solo. That's my one critique. But the lick is very good. And the beat is good. And the pacing is good. Walking Time Machine. Thinking about forming a tag team with you and Yuta in 2K23. You guys are awesomely cool. Oh, thanks. Do it. Sebas Diaz. Did you realize that we always have the same main event for Raw? What? No, that's not. Are you watching Monday Night Raw? What? Unbelievable. I don't believe it. Don't believe it. Eagle Panda, you think Megan remembered the word cantankerous? I don't know. You could text her to remind her. Asian Islander FOB, Daniel Bryan is top 15 to 20, second greatest in the 2010s. I mean, he could definitely be top 10. He could be top 5, top 1. Like, there is a case to be made for that for him. He is that good. Hayabusa is a trendsetter. He's not top 10. Hayabusa influenced so many people. That whole like that mid 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, like Daredevil scene was Hayabusa. Everything. That was his fingerprints all over it. Alex, how right you are. All right, finish class, do everything. We'll talk to the human being that inspired me to do this in the first place. I mean, oh, cool. Thanks, Alex. I appreciate that. I think you'll be a great screenwriter. Have fun with it, man. Yeah, hope you find a good school for it. Sebas Diaz. Yes, always Judgment Day for Sammy, Kevin, or Cody. There's someone else like Seth. Well, get out there and start complaining, man. That's what the internet's for. Matt Lambrecht, my top 5 in order. Danielson, Flair, Angle, Hart, HBK. Yeah, Angle, Bret Hart. Like, those are all great choices. You could say Owen Hart, too, you know? Freaking all-timers. All-timers. Creative writing team are all experienced writers who come up with the actual stories and characters. Some of the superstars, the concepts, up to the superstars to go, this is good, but I wouldn't say this or that. Can we change to this? I mean, not always. It's not quite how it works. RSW would utilize more of their roster on each show. Oh, thanks. A lot of people say that. Hot Killers. Drew, did you catch any of New Japan this weekend? Folks might want to keep their eye on Julia, as I feel she's going to be big once her Stardom contract is up. She's been a star for the last 2 years since she started. She's got the presence down better than anyone else there. I didn't watch New Japan. I had some friends there this weekend. It was at the arena where I trained. It was cool to see her make an American debut. Junior 3, love the Stay Puft pick. Stay Puft pick. Oh, my, yes. It's from the Ghostbusters game. One of my desktops. Thank you very much. These are all my desktops up here. A lot of them are movie screenwriters who have zero wrestling writing experience. No, a lot of them are television screenwriters, not so much movie screenwriters. A lot of them come from stand-up comedy. A lot of them have wrestling backgrounds. They come from all over the place. So that's not fair to say that they're just like movie screenwriters have zero wrestling writing experience. They are other types of writers. Let's see. Those guys are ultimately the guys who inspired me to consider becoming a wrestler. Then I found out you started a school very close to me. Excited to one day start. You'll meet me soon. Nice, Matt. When are you planning on joining the school? The Roni Mac 7, the former Drake Maverick, is on the writing team, so that's false. Yeah. Sebas Diaz, would you like the return of 205 Live? I don't know. I feel like I would love to see, like when 205 Live was a concept, they couldn't think of a name for it to save their lives. And 205 Live was like something that they just kind of like, yeah, let's go with this. It's good enough. You know, I think it was influenced by some UFC show or something with a weight class. I feel like I would love to see it brought back in some other kind of format. Not so much 205 Live, but a show where we can cut loose and do our thing. Sure. Would love that. I think, in the next month or two, you're going to see a need for new content. And a show like that would be great. Drew, any chance you can trade for Thea for that unknown that can't get you water? His name is Miles Bourne, and Thea had her chance, and she declined, and she is dumb, and now she is angry. That is how the world works. The Roni Mac, did you feel like the hour on Raw helped 205 Live initially? Absolutely. Yeah, huge. The more time we got on Raw, the better. That was enormous for us. That was unlike anything that had ever been done. Vince was a risk taker with that, and they needed content for the 3 hours, and we did our best, and it was a lot of fun. Junior 3 want to have 205 Live as a YouTube show. I would change. I mean, you could have it as whatever format you want, streaming or whatever. I wouldn't call it 205 Live. I would just come up with some other title that doesn't, and even like if you don't want to limit it to a weight class, you can if you really want to, but I would have a different name for it, a different concept. 205 Live was what it was. Miles Bourne, that guy they called Randy Orton 2.0, he's also deaf. He is. Yes, he is. His hearing impaired. What title would you come up with? I don't know. I would definitely need to take some time to think about that and focus on it. Right now, I would be shortchanging you guys if I just threw out a name like Cruiserweight Clash or something like that. Like, it wouldn't be as good. So I know I could come up with a damn good name too. It would just I need to take some time to do that. I know this because I've done stuff like that before. Cruiser Hour, right. Cruiser Hour. Asian Islander Phobia. Hey, Drew. I think the brand split is not a great idea. Great. But do you think it would be best that the only wrestlers that are not exclusively for whatever brand they are drafted to all the champions of WWE so that they can take more to get more challengers, unify the... So that was done before, I believe, with certain titles like the women's tag team titles where they could switch brands and shift focus. I don't know. I mean, there are special exceptions. They've had Raw wrestlers show up on SmackDown and vice versa in the past. It's tricky. It's a tricky thing. I'm not a huge fan of like a brand split, but you know, I'm not a fan of like there being the same 10 wrestlers on the whole show, you know. So I'm okay with that. Cruising USA, love it. Junior 3 still playing Zelda. Yes. That game is going to be I'll probably put another month into it at least for Breath of the High of the or Tears of the Kingdom. Yes, Matt, you're correct. That is a video game. Yes. It would be cool if someone brought it back. Worm Hedgehog, are you looking forward to Deadpool 3? I am. I totally am. Yeah. So happy they got to actually do the movies justice. Deadpool is my favorite comic book. The original run. Just what a fun character. You know, he was one of the ones that like, he was such a 90s character and everyone was going to love him when he blew up and people didn't know who he was at first. And then finally they did and he blew up in the mid 2000s, late 2000s. But so happy to get him seeing in an actual movie format that's good. That's not studio ruined, you know, studio ruined. Sebas, here in Argentina, when Raw became a 3-hour show, I remember I used to stay up from 10 to 1 every Monday night. My mom getting mad at me because I have school at 7:30 a.m. the next morning. Sebas, I was the same way. I mean, I only had to stay up to 11, but I remember that's so because I stayed up so late watching Raw, I would fall asleep to the show sometimes, most of the time. And there have been instances when I was backstage at Raw, and because I'm so conditioned to like the announcer's voice and the crowd and the colors and watching the matches, you know, I've seen a million wrestling matches in my career. Like just from that experience and like growing up, I have fallen asleep backstage. Not obviously not on purpose, but from like the hypnotism that you get from like that kind of conditioning. So I know exactly what you mean. Ronnie Mac, do you think that the issue with naming it 205 was mainly because they began to have main roster talent below 205? Yes, that is a huge thing that I thought was kind of a cop-out. I didn't like that they would let like Goldust in the show, you know, or larger wrestlers like that. I thought it was a bummer. You know, it really felt sad. They should have just changed the name off the bat. I thought that would have been fine. It was early in the branding. Hot Killers, do you wish they had another cruiserweight tourney with the winner getting a title shot of their pick? I mean, if you're going to give someone a title shot of their pick, they're going to pick the biggest title you can get. It doesn't make sense to do like, if I got a shot at a tournament where I could name my own title, to challenge for the Intercontinental Championship would be a waste, in my opinion. I want the highest profile I can get. I want the best opportunity I can have. You know, I don't know. Unless you got a personal grudge with someone, then I could see it becoming a thing. But I wouldn't limit it to, a lot of Stormtroopers. That was my one. Yeah, if you guys name this one, you got cool points. That was my one gripe with that kind of thing. I wouldn't make it just a cruiserweight show if that's the case. You know, if it's a cruiserweight show, it's got to stay that way. Best favorite Zelda game? Ocarina of Time. Tom, what's up, Tom? How are you? DJ Psycho Alex probably answered this before, but how come WWE Watch Along you take part are not the full 3 hours? Because 3 hours is a long time to do these streams. I know it. I've done streaming a long time now. I'm already starting to lose my mind talking so much, and my voice. It's just a lot. It's a lot to do. I think they might, think of other ideas to fill the time on that cast for that channel, because it's a nice thing that they're trying to figure out with Twitch. And I'm happy to help them. Let's see. What are your thoughts on you and Sonata using the same finisher? He stole it from me. I've been using the Gulak since 2008. He started wrestling in 2008. Hope that the cruiserweight division will return, but I doubt it. Yeah, I doubt it too. At least for now. Maybe in 10 years, like the last one did. As many short wrestlers have been winning heavyweight championships. Yeah. Asian Islander FOB. Seems like Vince doesn't like cruiserweight wrestling. That's not true at all. That is not true. He was a big fan of our matches. It's just he has a very specific mind state when it comes to putting content on his show. What he likes is not necessarily the same thing as what the average 10-year-old with the family coming to the show is like. Like look at the ring right now. Look at the audience. That's how you know. So yeah. It's a different animal. But he wouldn't be running a wrestling company if he didn't like wrestling. They haven't done a tournament in a while. They're right. I mean, there's tournaments quite a bit. I feel like they should stay away from tournaments for the time being for a while because they do happen so very often. Cruiserweight Classic was a better show than the 205 Live. It was different. Well, that's it. Kevin strikes a blue. What are you talking about? Kevin, Sammy, Cody went. Oh, that's right. Yeah, the match. Very good match. Very good main event. This crowd is super happy. Raw ended on a positive note, and they set up a bunch of matches for the near future. Pretty cool to see. Gene3 was watching Seth Rollins' promo tonight. I couldn't help but think, is that how Drew said to do a promo a few weeks ago? It might be. I don't specifically remember what I said, but that might be it. Oh, good. I get to end my Zoom call. There we go. Nice. Now it's just us. Do you think Bray Wyatt and Shotzi alliance can work? Yeah, sure. I think you could combine. You being a screenwriter, it would be your job to make that work, right? Like if you're writing a story, so you can come up with whoever it is. What felt odd to me was that on Raw, we were told this is a cruiserweight division for exclusively 205 and under. Yet at the same time, we had Finn Balor became Universal Champion at 190 pounds. And we all said the same thing. All of us said the same thing. The Walking Time Machine about fighting games like WWE 2K, Tekken, Mortal Kombat. Did you ever play Fighter's Destiny? I've never played Fighter's Destiny, but I'll check it out. Did I take the move from Eddie Bravo, a BJJ grappler called it the Executioner? I did not take the move from them, no. I literally thought it would be a cool version of a finisher. I think the first one I ever did it to was Ryan Slater at Combat Zone Wrestling in 2008. Matt, you're an engineering major. Nice. What kind of engineering do you use? Or do you practice, I should say. The Roni Mac. I didn't even notice how they don't announce Finn's weight. Well, they don't. For a lot of people, they don't announce the weight. I think that's a thing for a lot of the shows. Christmas Milk. Do you think the term cruiserweight carries a bad stigma? I know some might. I don't. I think it's just a weight class description. Better term to use for a show would be open weight. How about just not focusing on the weight so much? You know, focus on other stuff. Give me some other qualities, you know? Height. Guys can do a show by height. The following height class is between 6 foot and 7 foot. The following height class is between 6'2" and 6'4". 7 Foot Live. Now we're talking. I'll watch that show. Just Omos and Friends. Man, that'd be a good show. Keep recruiting basketball players. They just get their asses whooped. Asian Islander FOB. Hey, Drew, when you came to the main roster, did Vince tell you to wrestle a different style, wrestle WWE style? No, that was actually never brought up to me by anyone ever. If anything, like they teach you kind of how to try to maximize television time and their media. So I'm very much focused on, and this is for any wrestler, depending on where, if you're working on the independents, if you're working in, in a Japanese crowd, whatever it is, a lot of independent wrestlers or independent talents, when they go international, they focus on culture. And culture does play a lot into like how people break down ideas. I now feel everything is based on what format you are wrestling in, as far as media. So, for example, Monday Night Raw is a 3-hour cable TV show with commercial breaks, right? Which is in an arena with cameras. The average independent wrestling show will be in a 100 to 500 person capacity Legion Hall with maybe 1 or 2 cameras, one on the floor, maybe a hard cam. With no time limits, no commercial breaks. Sometimes there's hard time limits, sometimes there's not. So the constrictions change to what you can do as a performance art. So with WWE, and like if you watch WWE and compare it to other TV shows that do wrestling, like there is a big difference on the way that it flows. And it's usually for the better. Usually for the better. The way that it flows and the way that it looks. And it has to do with maximizing the format. Max Format would be a sweet wrestler name, by the way. Max Format. Spelled Fourmat. Imagine if NXT made crossovers with other small indie promotions like Impact, MLW, GCW, or whatever. I mean, they did with Evolve for a little bit. And I think Progress. Johnny, WWE fan, what would you rate Monday Night Raw? It was good. That's a good question. I'd give it, that was an 8. That was easily an 8 for Raw. 8's good. 8's real good. The Roni Mac Drew, if you were to have a women's mid-card title, what would you name it? Would it be IC, NA, or US like the men's? Or do you have a concept idea? For me, the idea of the Iron Woman Championship with a champion who goes all 3 brands as a workhorse mid-card champion of the women's division. I've mentioned this before on the channel, and I think this will be like the last wrestling thing we talk about because these have been some really big wrestling philosophy questions. Here's my gripe with women's division, women's titles matches and stuff. I'm over it. I'm over it, guys. The following contest is a men's division match. They don't say that, right? But they have to treat the women's division like it's a novelty. I hate that. These girls are freaking good. Most of them are better than the dudes. Like, for real, on the real. So the gender identity on titles, I don't like it anymore. And you can, it's a show. You could technically name it whatever you want, you know, but as a culture, and that's a cultural thing, people need to evolve past that at some point. You know, and it has nothing to do with intergender or anything like that. You know, it's just, it's really just words. It's word psychology. It's sociology. That's what I'm talking about here. And, I would love you guys. Yeah, you could, if you want to do weight classes, you could do weight classes again. But again, you're limiting people to size or whatever. You know, you take away a lot of options for matches. You could call it like the freaking, I don't know, the purple belt, or like the freaking squared circle united championship. Like you could get as crazy with the names as you want. I think we have to stop limiting it to like locations, Intercontinental, North American, US, world, champion of the world, everything champion. I'm the everything champion, champion of champions, the best. Like you can be more creative with it, guys. So yeah, if you want to jump in my Discord channel and submit title ideas, feel free. I'll pick the most creative one, and then next Monday I'll announce like some of my picks for the most creative. So you guys can do that. If you don't have access to my Discord, I'll find a link real quick and drop it here in the chat so you guys can get in there. I don't have the shortcuts set up since I moved. Let's do it. The Philadelphia champion. Like, you don't need to limit. No boundaries. The no boundaries champion. Like, whatever, you know. But if your championship's going to say something like that, then it should like probably have a stipulation to it. If it's going to be something like, if you called it the hardcore championship, you know, but it's just like, it's a tag team belt, you know, like it'll be confusing. So I'm going to let you guys get creative. Let me look for this invite. There we go. Invite. Copy. I'll drop the link here. I'll stay on for a couple more minutes so you guys can check out that Discord. And I'll look for the ideas next Monday when we get in there. So someone make a new thread if you'd like. They briefly got rid of the gender identity thing at Worlds Collide a few years ago when Rhea Ripley's announced that he's NXT champion. Yeah. And they caved too quickly. Sebastian, that was confusing too because there's 2 NXT champions, you know, like, I don't know. Just make her the sole one then if that's the case. Otherwise, like, mix it up. NXT champion A, B, like now you got to make someone better than the other. Sebastia is something I like about WWE compared to other wrestling shows. Here in my country, Argentina's WWE feels more mature. Here in Argentina, the wrestling is something that people see as something just for kids. Interesting. That doesn't mean it should reduce the quality. I used to work for a family-friendly promotion. The writing was very smart. Family Soul, I think if they use rankings, it might give the lower card reason to be on the card. Just a thought. Maybe. That's very difficult, Very, very difficult. Because then you got to work up the rank. There's a lot of ways you could do it. And it's been done before in the past. Family Soul box car belt jobbers. I like that. That's funny. Christmas Milk Championship. Yeah. Philadelphia Championship nickname would be the Manayunk Mauler. Nice. Here in Utah, we call it the Utah Championship. I mean, if you're in Utah and that's the rule, yeah. WWE should bring back the hardcore division. Maybe. I don't know. They've been limited, so it's kind of difficult for them to sell people on that title. That's what the 24/7 title was. Thank you, Rika. I appreciate that. Walking Time Machine, thank you. If you guys want to see something fun, we're going to raid somebody, and hopefully they lose their minds like that dude did last week. That was really funny. Let me pop on here. I'll set it all up. All right, cool. So that's still going. So here we go. You're welcome, Michael Pam. Appreciate you. Thank you. All right, I found one. We're going to try to rate him. Let's see if it's crazy. Here we go. Jump in and make this guy's day. Peace out, Christmas Milk. Thank you.
I just need to make sure that everybody was okay with that. I want to be as fair